Hi there, I'm Clifford Bates, and welcome once again to reading Aristotle's Nicomachean Ethics. Today we're looking and continuing Book 8 of the Ethics, and turning today in Chapter 5, which again we're in the focus of friendship discussion, right? So let's continue. Just as in the virtues, so too in friendship. Some people are spoken of as good in reference to their characteristic they pose, others as good in reference to the activity they engage in. So they're good in two ways. They're good to their in reference of the characteristics they have and to the activity they engage in. Okay, that's the double meaning of this. Okay, so their character and their activity, what they're doing, activity they engage in. There's two ways. For those who live together, delight in and provide good things to one another, whereas those who are asleep or separated by location are not active, though they are so disposed as to be fond of as to be active as friends. So therefore, in other words, this is interesting. Now he says, for those who live together, delight in and provide good things to one another. But for those who are asleep or separated by location, are not active, though they're disposed as to be active as friends. For location dissolves not friendship in the unqualified sense, but only in regards to its activity. So the difference of location doesn't change the areas of friendship. It is this that the activity of friendship is kind of the location dissolves not friendship, but the activity of friendship. Yet if the absence lasts a long time, it seems to make even friendship forgotten, which is why it has been said that indeed many friendships the lack of contact dissolves. This is 28. The source here saying is unknown. It is a only known instance of the lack of contact. The word is aprosogoria in the Greek literature. This is the word lack of contact. Aprosogoria. So this is interesting. This word is the only time it's known in Greek. It's just lack. It doesn't know where it's from. There's a thing that indeed many lack of contact dissolves. Friendship is dissolved by this this literally aprosegoria. This is interesting in that regard. So it's okay. There's this yuck. But neither the old nor the sour types appeared disposed to form friendship. So sour people, neither the old nor the sour appeared disposed. But neither the old nor the sour appeared disposed to form friendships, for there is little that is pleasant in them. And no one is able to pass the day together with someone who causes him pain or who is not pleasant. So therefore, this idea of the pleasant. It has to be pleasant. If the sour, the old, who doesn't get any pleasure, is not good for them, it's hard for them. And then the sour types, they're going to have a hard time with this because you don't want to live together. You want to live together with someone who's pleasant. Okay. Um, Nature appears to avoid most of all what is painful and aims at what is pleasant. So therefore, the nature seems to direct you to the pleasant and to avoid pain. Right? That is that situation. But those who approve of one another without living together are more like those who have goodwill than like friends. Again, you don't live together and experience each other it's if you just have goodwill towards each other. This is more like people have goodwill. Remember that discussion of good, what is good, friendship versus goodwill. Good friendship is this accidental reciprocation, right? It's goodwill directed to this way and goodwill directed this way, and it's reciprocated only by accident, right? Um, Here is there's no requirement of reciprocation and goodwill. Friendship requires not only you, it's intentional reciprocation, that you reciprocate and are done with this in that sense. So therefore, the not living together is like more like goodwill in that sense, right? Than like friends. For nothing is so belongs to friends as living together. Those in need long to be benefited, and even the blessed long to spend their days together with others, since it belongs to them least of all to be solitary. Therefore, the blessed long to spend their days together with others, since it belongs to them least to be solitary, alone, isolated. In that sense, the solitary is not pleasant. But it is not possible to go through life with one another when people are not pleasant or do not delight in the same things. In other words, or do not delight. There's this one day is pleasant, but the other thing here is delighting in the same things, which is in fact what seems to characterize friendship between comrades. In other words, they get they enjoy the same things. They get pleasure from the same things. This is what characterizes friendships among comrades. They enjoy the same things. They have the same things in common. What is pleasing them is the same. The friendship of those who are good, then, is friendship most of all, just as it has been said many times, right? The just of the good who's it. For what is good is, or in other words, for what is good or pleasant in an unqualified sense seems to be lovable and choiceworthy, whereas what is good and pleasant to each individual seems to be such only to a person. So that there's different things. In other words, what is pleasant, what is good, and what is pleasant in an unqualified sense is lovable and choiceworthy generally. Okay, but what is pleasant, good, or pleasant to an individual seems so only to that person. Okay, so the simply versus the individuated, that's different. There's a difference here. But a good person is lovable and choiceworthy to a good person on both accounts, in this sense, both in terms of what what is good, pleasant. In other words, is a good, but a good person is lovable and choiceworthy to a good person on both accounts, in that sense. Because why? Because it's both in qualifiedly and in the individual case, right? That both sense. Friendly affection is also like a passion, where friendship is like a characteristic. So friendly affection, being friendly towards people, is a passion, whereas friendship is like a characteristic. In other words, friendly affection exists no less towards friendly affection exists no less towards inanimate things, whereas people reciprocate the love of as a matter of choice, and choice stems from one's characteristic. Okay, so their friendly affection is very interesting. Friendly affection exists no less among inanimate things, whereas people reciprocate love as a matter of choice, right? And choice seems from characteristic. People also wish for good things for those whom are loved. People wish for good things for those whom are loved, and for the sake of the loved ones themselves, not in reference to a passion, but in accords with a characteristic. So therefore, the question is: we wish good things towards the other, those who are loved, right? And for the sake of the loved one themselves, not in reference to the passion, but rather the characteristic in that sense, right? And in loving their friend, They love what is good in themselves, since the good person who becomes a friend becomes a good person to whom he is a friend. So let's read this again. So, in other words, you wish people also wish for good things for those who are loved, right? And for the sake of the loved one themselves, right? This is in that sense, not referring to a passion, but with the question of characteristic in that sense, the thing that the thing that the character, not the feeling, but rather the person's the thing that theirs, the characteristic that they give pleasure or they are good, right? And in loving their friend, they love what is good in themselves. So they love the good person. They love, and therefore they see in themselves. They love the good that is in them. Since the good person who becomes a friend becomes a good for the person to whom he is a friend. Each one then, each one then both loves what is good in himself, and repays in equal measure what they wish for in the wish for what they wish for the other, and as well as what is pleasant. Now, some manuscripts read in form instead of what is pleasant, in form, in form, and what is pleasant. That is, those who are good replay each either the same or proportional things, right? This is the idea. But that may be the case. Again, this is some manuscripts read in form, right? And what is instead of pleasant, and in form, okay, or what is pleasant. In other words, in the argument, that is, those who are good replay what each with the same thing. In other words, repay in kind what it is, or in proportional to it, right? Well, but I think that is implied here as well too, because but more so, what is pleasant? The text itself, this manuscript suggests that there is a connection, that the pleasant is there, right? What is pleasant, that the good, they replay what the good there is, but also the pleasure they get for being each other, right? For it is said, friendship is equality, and these things belong most of all to the and these things belong most of all to the friendship of those who are good. In other words, they're good, they're good character, they're same, the self, the idea this is an equality. Friendship is an equality. There's a same, there was the like of the same. And this kind of thing belongs, these things belong most of all to the friendship of those who are good, the good. So let's stop here. We end here. You have any comments or questions, please put it below, and I will respond to them when I see them, and I'll give you answers. I'll give you maybe some, if you want some, if you want further elaboration or something in that sense. If you like it, hit the like button, hit the thumbs up. Please, it's helps the algorithm if you liked it. Please do hit the algorithm. It helps us. Another thing you can do is if you share it far and wide, share on your social media, share it on your emails to friends, bring the attention to others. Again, all this sharing it as you share it again improves the algorithm of the site as overall. Again, improves our conditions and things like this. The attention that maybe people searching will find it. Another thing is you can not subscribe. If you've not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Encourage others to come check this channel out and check what we've done here, and hope and encourage them maybe to subscribe. Those who are interested in the same things would find what we do here interesting. Another thing you do, if you didn't like it, of course you can say thumbs down, but please say why in the comments so that people can learn, get some benefit from the thing. Okay, benefit from it. Now, another thing you can do is you want to follow me on social media. My social media links are below. If you want to know more about me as a scholar and check out my research, you can check the academic social media links below the social media links. Or if you want to help me what I do financially, that is, contribute in that sense, you can do so through Patreon or Subscribestar. But every little bit helps in that sense. Or another way you can do that, contribute, is that you can buy one of my books. I list my currently available books below. You can order it at your local bookstore or Barnes and Noble, or online seller like Barnes and Noble or Amazon or whatever. Or you can order it through the publisher. The publisher. Some books are going to be easy to get the publisher than others. But that's it. Those are things where you can help, and that's it. So that's something we end here. Which next time we see, we'll look at chapter 6. Well, take care and bye bye. Have a great day.